I get so frustrated with my dog, and I'm about to show you the clip that literally just happened. But Daisy, hey! Hey guys, what's up? It is Brianna, and today I'm going to be doing a long-awaited storytime video, and this is going to be a collection of 3 different stories from when I was a child, and they all happened about the same time. Let me know if you guys like these types of videos in the comment below, because I have, like I said, thousands of videos, so just leave a comment down below letting me know if I should make more, because I really enjoy making this. Okay, so back when I was probably 7 or 8, maybe 9, I was a very active child. I had older brothers, and I still have older brothers, but I had older brothers, and we would always go outside and play football and swim. I was friends with all the neighbor kids, and they were, I was the only girl of the neighbor kids, so I was kind of tougher than your average girl. One day, we were outside playing. I don't remember what we were doing. Probably swimming or playing on a friend's playground. I remember this story different from what actually happened. My mom said something completely else happened, but this is how I remember it. So back when I was 7 or 8, like I said, I was playing, and then I came inside, and I told my mom I wasn't feeling well, and apparently and I hadn't eaten all day, but I was just one of those kids that, you know what, I'm not feeling well, but I'm gonna go play still, because why not? I come inside after playing all day, and I sit down on the couch. I'm like, Mom, I don't feel well. And she's over there like ironing and watching The View, and she's like, just go eat an apple, you'll be okay. Okay, I hadn't eaten anything all day, so, okay. So I eat the apple, and then I lay down on the couch. I'm like, Mom, I still don't feel well. She's like, okay, just go to the bathroom, you'll be okay. I'm like, okay, Mom, whatever you say, whatever you say. So I go into the bathroom, and I shut the door, and I lean over the toilet, and then I put my hand on the toilet paper roll, like getting ready, like I'm going to throw up. Like, this is not going to be good. I'm going to puke, and it's going to be a mess. I was in the bathroom for probably like 10 to 15 minutes. She was yelling my name, and she's like, Brianna, are you okay? Are you okay, Brianna? And I'm not answering her. I was looking at the toilet paper roll, so my face was pointed away from the toilet and away from the door. And she opens up the bathroom door, and she's like, Brianna, are you okay? And I didn't respond. So she walks over to me, and she turns my head to look at her, and just dead face, like just so dead face. I just stared at her, and then I turned my head to look back at the toilet paper roll. She's like, Brianna, like, are you okay? Are you okay? And I'm not responding to her. My mom called my brother and his friend over. My brother's friend's mom was a nurse, and they were our neighbors. So his mom was at work, so she didn't come over. I think that's what happened. I'm not quite sure. But I remember staying on the counter, and my mom was calling 911. A bunch of firemen came in, and they were checking me out, making sure I was okay. Not like checking me out, but like checking me out to make sure I was alive. And so I don't remember if I was taken out on a gurney or if one of them carried me. I feel like it's that they took me out on a gurney, because why would they carry me? What? They put me on the gurney, and they lifted me up into the ambulance like they would for any human being getting into an ambulance. They freaking put an oxygen mask on me, and they gave me a teddy bear. And I remember that I could not breathe. Like, I kept going in and out at this point, like conscious to not conscious. And it's not that I was unconscious, it was just that I was not mentally there. Like, I was gone. Like, if the devil came to anyone and took them, it was me, and I was gone. Like, I was gone at that moment. They pick me up, and they take me, and they have this oxygen mask on me, and they take me to this children's hospital. But I remember deliberately waking up in the ambulance and having the oxygen mask on me, and I was so freaked out and I couldn't breathe. I'm like trying to pull it off, and they're like, no, keep it on. And I'm like, I can't breathe, okay, whatever you say, you guys are the professionals. So they take me into the hospital, and I don't remember much of what happened. All I remember is that I got checkers after a certain amount of time, like being there. Okay, so my camera just turned off, and I don't know where it ended, so I'm going to jump back a little bit. We left the hospital, and then a couple days and weeks after, we had to go to a doctor's office and have me screened to make sure like I wasn't dying, and they had to put like the little patches with wires coming out of it like all over my head and my forehead. And I remember that there was like a treasure box. Daisy, stop! And I remember that there was like a treasure box there. And I remember that there was a treasure box there. And inside the treasure box, there's like the little things that like you bent inside out and then put them down on like a surface, and then they pop up. And I had so many of those because that was like the only thing they had. So that was like a cool thing that happened from that. But yeah, they said that it was a seizure, and my mom says that it wasn't. She just says that I had a reaction to the Benadryl, but I don't think that was the case. She's a little crazy. But we never really found out, like they never gave us like a definite answer. I mean, they said it was a seizure, but I mean, it was a seizure. But my mom is just like, no, she doesn't trust the doctors. Like, she knows what's best. Mothers know best, right? That was the time I almost died. It scared the crap out of my mother, and yeah, Daisy. So back when I was 7 or 8 to like probably like 10-ish, I don't know how old I was. I can't remember any of my stories from when I was a child, so I'm going off of strictly what I think what happened and what my mom said what happened. So anyways, my brothers had talked my parents into getting us a trampoline for either like Christmas or just because, but I had used that thing like daily. My mom mainly got it first, probably just so she could tan on it. We use that thing like all the time, like all day. Like that was our favorite thing ever. It wasn't one with like a screen or anything around it to like keep us into it, because like this is like the early 2000s, and safety, what is it? They did have like a cover that covered the springs around the outside of the trampoline. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's like springs that like every like half foot there's like a spring to hold the trampoline to the poles that keep it up. And so there's like probably about half-foot spaces in between each spring. And these were heavy duty springs. So after a while bouncing on the trampoline and it staying in the hot sun and whatever, the mat around the spring started to wear off. So we just pulled it off, like whatever, we can still use this thing. Like there is no doubt in our mind that we can still use this trampoline. It was later in the day, probably at night, like dusk, and my mom and my friend's mom, who was also our neighbor, went for a walk. And they were on the other side of the neighborhood when this happened. But I'm not sure where my dad was or who was home or what exactly happened after this happened. But all I know is that I was jumping on the trampoline with my friend. And if you're watching this, hi! I was jumping on the trampoline. I had gotten really close to the springs, and my foot fell in between the two springs in like the half-foot space. So I fell into the space right here. My little lady bits got caught in the spring, and I screamed so loud that my mom on the other side of the neighborhood, while she was walking, could hear me scream. That is how loud I screamed. I don't remember how painful it was, but I can only imagine that if I screamed that loud, that it was so painful, because I grew up with older brothers and with boy friends, and like we played football, and I was just a really tough chick. I was tougher than most chicks should be at 7 or 8 years old. I'm screaming. My mom hears me. Stop. She hears me, and I'm not quite sure what happened. Either my dad was home and he came out and helped me, or my mom ran home or whatever. There's really no end to this story. That it just happened, and it was like horrendous. So I should probably be telling the story with Devin because she was with me when this happened, but she's not here right now, so I'm going to tell it. So like 8 years ago, like when I first met Devin, my parents went on a cruise. When we were growing up, like our parents said like, no, you can't have any friends from the night on weekdays, like that's dedicated for school, you gotta focus on school, because if they spend the night you're gonna be up late and you're not gonna go to school. Hi Mom. Anyways, so they went on this cruise and I'm like, yeah, Devin, you're spending the night. My oldest brother Adam, he was watching me and my younger brother Justin. I say younger, but he's still older than me. Daisy, stop. You have like thousands of other toys. Pick one that doesn't squeak. Adam's watching us, and he was okay with Devin spending the night, like as long as we got up and went to school in the morning. What our little genius minds did was she spent the night, and then in the morning we started to get ready. We acted like we were going to school. Like we got up, got ready, got dressed. So we went to the front door, opened it, and then closed it behind us like we were leaving. And so we took our stuff and we went back into my bedroom. Now, Adam says that we had the TV on, but I don't remember the TV being on. So at this point, we've already missed the bus. We were in my bedroom, and he came and checked on us, and we were being, like, really quiet. Like, there's no way he heard us. I don't know what made him go check in on us. And he's like, why are you guys not in school? Like, you guys suck. Like, now I have to take you to school. He was so mad at me. Like, so mad at me. Devin had her mom come pick her up from my house. So she went home. She didn't even have to go to school because her mom, like, never made her go to school if she didn't want to. Adam's taking me to school, and it was, like, the most awkward ride ever because it was him yelling at me. So he had to take me to school, and he ended up being late for work. I apologize for my dog's snout in the camera. Do you care or no? So fast forward a little bit. I get home from school, and he's not there yet, and so I'm like, yeah, I'm off the hook. And he gets home from work. He is yelling at me, and he makes me do like intense labor. Like, I mean, it wasn't intense. He made me like pick weeds and just do like stupid chores and stuff. Adam, I have homework to do. I can't be doing this right now. He's like, we should have thought about that this morning when you were trying to skip school. And I was like too shy, but whatever. Somehow, like, we came to a compromise that he wouldn't tell my mom I did something. I can't remember what it was that I had to do. I think it was just like do the chores or something, and like promise that cool. Like do the chores or something and promise that I would go to school. So he never told my mom. My mom doesn't know until now. Hi Mom, sorry, I love you. Alright guys, that is it for now. I hope you enjoyed this video, and be sure to give it a thumbs up and let me know again down in the comments below if I should do another one of these. I have like thousands of stories similar to these that are just me being stupid and like dying basically. So let me know in the comments below, and if you have any like crazy stories that happened to you while you were a child, let me know because I love storytime videos. So yeah, leave a comment down below and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!